This is a quick start guide for the MiniRae Lite PID. This is the unit, and as it comes normally in its box is without its nozzle, so we're going to fit that onto the top. Now underneath here is the fence electrode and the UV lamp. There is a cleaning kit available for this, but the best way to keep the lamp clean is to avoid getting it dirty in the first place, so that's what we're going to attempt to do. So try to avoid removing this cap if you can. This nozzle fits over the top, so that's essentially your sampling nozzle, but we're now going to give it some extra protection with this little disc filter, and that will prevent moisture and dust particles from entering through the system and making the lamp dirty or fogging it with moisture. So that should always be used with the machine. Now let's turn it on. So I'm just going to hold my thumb over the speaker button here, turn this on, and it will go through a test phase. Test passed. Okay, and so now it's saying it's ready, and do we want to start sampling? Yes, let's start sampling. So it's a very, very simple unit. It's displaying in parts per million and as if isobutylene, and that is the gas that it's calibrated to. There is no function on this machine for adjusting for response factors, so that is something that you will have to do manually, but it also keeps things very simple. You always know where you're at, and so that is one good feature to view it like that. So we're looking at the moment, we're in a fairly fresh air environment. It's reading 0.0 parts per million, so that's our first initial bump test, is to look at that in our clean environment. What we can do also is, this is a good time to do a stall test, so I'm going to put my finger over the top of the nozzle, and hopefully the machine will stall to prove that there are no air leaks in the system. Yep, so it's complaining, and we'll shut that off with the left hand button there. And then to complete the bump test, we will give it some gas. So I've got a can of isobutylene at 100 parts per million, and we can fit that to the nozzle. And that's showing mirrors makes no difference, 100 ppm, which is good. Plus or minus 10% is fairly normal, but we find these machines are pretty good. They will hold a good calibration, plus or minus a couple of ppm, a couple of percent over a short period. I'll turn it off now. And the recovery is pretty good. It's going to recover to mirrors makes no difference, 0 ppm. If we're not happy about the calibration, we can go into the calibration mode. So I'm just going to press right, stop sampling, yes. And so it'll go back to the normal start screen. Yes, I'm ready, start sampling. No, what we're going to do now is press and hold the power and the right button. It asks for a password, ignore that, just press enter. And the pump started, and now it's giving us two options here. Well, it's actually saying give me 0, so we're in a fresh air environment. Obviously be careful to make sure that you are in a fresh air environment. I'm going to select that. Apply 0 gas. Well, we haven't got a 0 gas, we've just got a known fresh environment. Start, and that will take 30 seconds to 0. 0 is done, and the reading is 0.0 ppm, and now it's asking for our span, so select isobutylene, 100 parts per million, please apply the gas. So that's what we'll do. We'll turn the gas back on and connect it, and it's recognised that the gas is connected, and it's immediately gone to its calibration and again counting down from 30. Now it says span 1 is done and it's reading 100 ppm. It's just gone back to the cal screen. So before I disconnect the gas, I'm going to press the back button. It's updating its settings. Go back to start sampling, yes. And this is again a bump test and looking, so again near as makes no difference, 100 ppm, so it's pretty good. Take the gas off. And that should recover fairly quickly to near as makes no difference, 0 parts per million in the fresh air. And to turn the machine off, just press and hold the power button.